Hello everybody, I'm VC. Welcome to Cataclysm, the Last Generation. Let's start out with some patch notes. This is the patch notes for, whoops, 831. Oop, there we go, 831 patch notes. It's pretty short. Fixed an issue with how Steam was accessing Mac OS. Fixed an issue with random solar panels appearing on mall roofs. Updated the New England church community to actually use faction settings, so you can really sleep there once they make that offer. I think I can sleep there. Cool. Added support for explosion EOCs. What's EOC again? Oh, that's some kind of coding thing. Fixed integrated AR CBM revolvers and similar guns now drop casings when reloaded rather than putting them into random pockets. Nice. Some mutants will now dream about their new favorite foods. Obsoleted old-style generators. If you had one set up, it should be replaced with a new, better one. Added an unload button to the advanced inventory manager, made it so rocks, arrows, and other chargeless ammo can be moved as a stack with the M key in advanced inventory manager. Like everything else, updated a ton of back-end tri-point code. Okay. AR glasses should now work properly. Some issues with books reappearing from inside of e-readers should go away, and the crash that sometimes pops up when doing e-reader stuff should be gone. Literate, let's see, fixed a bug where NPCs were always passively aiming their guns when not moving. Big craters should no longer throw errors. Literate Goblin updated some docks for the Linux users, and Hycon contributed a bunch of new tiles. Very cool. Very, very cool. I love it. There we go. So that took 2 minutes. That wasn't too bad. Let's load up our world. Marquis Ellsworth. Nickname War. I got a suggestion in the comments I liked. They suggested naming him Holy War now that he's joined the NECC. We might do that. I'm considering it. We'll see how it goes. He fits right in one way. Although, I'm going to pull up the faction menu and you'll see that there's a way that he may not fit. So, see how it goes. We've got... I don't know what the keybind for this is, but you can hit enter and go to info, and you can go down here to view factions. Now, I don't have a faction or followers. Now, the free merchants are neutral toward me. The old guard, I'm well liked by them. The New England church community, I'm a valued member. A small group of churchgoers that formed a community in the woods. They welcome anyone in their faction, but hate the unnatural. Ooh, well, I might be unnatural. I know, I mentioned this in one of the previous episodes. There was a bulletin board here. I think there's probably a coding reason for these bulletin boards to be here, since they actually are what, creates and does the factions. Not that we can manage this faction because it's not ours, but I think that's why the bulletin boards are there. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was, when I pull up my map and looked here, so I'm standing here, I noticed that there's a guy here we haven't talked to, Daryl Johnstone, and we haven't talked to, well, we've talked to these folks. I need to go get my meal from Simon Weaver. I get 1 meal a day, they say. So let's find out. I'm here to get my 1 meal. So here's Simon. He's hanging out in the kitchen. I heard that joinees could get some food here. Simon Weaver gives you a small tin can, hamburger helper, fresh. He gives you toast, fresh. Nice! They can, but we're limited on the portions for now. Hope you enjoy it, and come back tomorrow for another. Thanks, buddy. I just wanted to talk to you for a minute. What's your story? I don't... Oh, no, this is Catherine and I... Did we read this? Yeah, no, I think we did. But we read this before we were allowed to get free food. Yeah, Catherine's in the bunks. Jeremiah's next door. Yeah, we talked to this guy. Now I noticed a thing. Look here. There's a staircase up. And it goes to an upper level. Now I want you to look at how much food they've got on this upper level. Here, we'll use the get menu. I mean, they've got tons of stuff. Dehydrated goods, canned goods. They've got bottled goods. They've got jarred goods, freeze-dried goods. They've got so much food up here. It's crazy. Gore longitude crime novel war novel. This guy's just doing some light reading. I thought I'd talk to these guys and see what's going on up here. How about Eddie McKinsey? Hello. What brings you around here? Who are you? Name's Eddie. I'm not sure. I'm making sure this stockpile is all right. Could you just chat for a bit? Sure, what's happening? Tell me about yourself. I'm just a regular guy. Been with the church for a while now. I kept a good solid job before Armageddon. Lived in a nice apartment on Chestnut Street. What did you do for a job before the end of days? I used to work for the U.S. Postal Service. I was a mail carrier. Delivered all the letters, packages, and mail orders to the residents of Mount Vernon, door to door. It was pretty hard at times, but it kept me fit and on the road. You have any family? I used to. Me and my mother were pretty close. I didn't know my father very well for the first 4 years of my life. He was always out on deployment with the Navy someplace. Me and him got to know each other after he retired from the service. We'd always go fishing on Sunday afternoons for years. My mother, though, she was the sweetest lady you'd ever met. Always took care of me and Dad. Now they're gone. Been that way for the last 3 years. Wow, your mother must have been very nice. She sure was. Helped me get through some very hard times in my life. I used to be bullied in middle school. Whenever I'd get beat up, she'd always clean me up and tell me I'd be all right. She had this recipe for peach casserole, too. Best one in the world. It was hard for me when she passed, but I found some solace right here in the church. We'd always been religious, but this one just clicked for me, you know? Is that why you joined the church? Yeah. Her death was hard on me. I wound up going here one day and I felt something come over me, like I belonged here. I haven't left since, and I've been able to move on with them. Well, that's really cool. What are you planning on doing in the future? I don't know anymore, to tell you the truth. I was planning on settling down and having kids. But now that everyone's dead and the judgment of God has come to pass, I'll seek His truth and try to keep on living. One day, when this is all over, I'll fly away to heaven's pearly gates and be with the angels. As for the earth, I'd rather not think about the things that have come to pass. Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. Could I, borrow something from the stock? Nope, you can't do that. I'd like to help you, but we've already got enough mouths to feed. I won't try to bribe him right now. Let's talk about something else. He buys food. I won't be selling him any food. Has anyone stolen from here? Nobody's tried to yet. It can get a little boring sometimes, standing around doing nothing. Yeah. I hear you. How much food do you have? That's private info, amigo. Yeah. Is there anything I can do to help you? I have a job for you. Tell me about it. Sometimes it gets a little bit boring up here, and I like to read something to take my mind off of things. Problem is, I've run out of books. I've been wanting to read some mystery novels as of late, so could you get me 3 of them? Sure. No problem, bro. Can you, share some equipment? Why should I share my equipment with you? Well, after all, I'm helping you out. When pigs fly, and if you ask again, I'm gonna rip out your tongue and wipe my ass with it. Yeah, okay, that's all right. I'll just look for those mystery novels. Thanks, buddy. Oh, man. Wow. I mean, that's a new one on me, but God, I'm gonna try to memorize it. I want to use that one at work. Okay. Wow. Okay, so, this is Maria Serrano. I don't think I've met you before, have I? I'm Maria Serrano. It's nice to see a new face. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Maria. Things are all right. Could be better. I've been mending clothes and sheets ever since I arrived, fixing this and that. Teresa's been a big help in those regards. We've traded quilt patterns and designs quite a bit. Huh. How did you get here? I arrived a bit later than everyone else. I was at my studio when the reckoning came. Had to dodge a big horde of Z's on my way out of town, totaled my car, and hiked the rest of the way. Wow, tell me about yourself. I always wanted to be a fashion designer when I was young. I used to have a set of dolls, and I'd make dresses for them out of spare cloth I could find. I took up sewing in high school, and I was trying to get a job with Fashion Nova before the reckoning screwed that up. Well, how are things around here? Things are alright, could be better. I've been mending clothes and sheets ever since I arrived. Oh yeah, we got that part. Is everyone treating you fairly? Yes. Yes, they are. I just wish my work was more appreciated. And she can sew things, too. I can sew things for you. For now, I can make t-shirts, pants, dresses, long coats, backpacks, jackets, and a gambeson, if that's your thing. Huh. What's the price? T-shirts, pants, jackets, and dresses are 4 icons. Long coats and backpacks are 6 icons. A gambeson is 15. Got you. Did we ask for a mission here? Let's double check. Ah, here. Is there anything I can do for you? She has a job. I'm starting to run low on cotton for my sewing. I think 300 cotton patches would hold me for a while. I'll pay you for them if you get me some. Yeah, I can do that. Cool. Got any advice? You could try cutting up some unneeded sweaters from a clothing store. Yeah, no, I can get cotton patches pretty easy. Alright, who's this guy right here? Olin Powell. I definitely haven't met you yet. Nice to meet you, I'm Olin. I'm just a traveler. You look somewhat interesting, so what's your story? I'm seeking asylum here. I suppose a lot of us are these days with all the nasty things wandering around. I hope you like it here. Might not be the most comfortable, but it'll do for me. An old port in a storm. Any old port in a storm, I guess. What's your story? Not too much to it, really. I came here on that bus with everyone else when the end happened to stroll by. I've been servicing everyone's electronics since then. How are things living here? They're alright, I suppose. Helena's an asshole, as usual. We're low on supplies and all scared to go 20 feet outside the gate. How's your family doing? My dad's having a hard time letting go of the past. Got any more interview questions? Well, I heard you were handy with computers. Yeah, I got a master's degree in computer science from the University of Rhode Island. Everyone around here comes to me when they want to keep their computers running. Corey works more with the hardware portion of these things. I'd recommend visiting her. Interesting. Can you teach me anything? Here's what I can teach you. You can bring computers up by 4% for $90. Oh, he trains in all kinds of stuff. He can bring up survival for 40. Athletics for 90. Throwing, we need to learn throwing. Unarmed, he teaches unarmed submachine guns. Tailoring. Oh, nice. Okay, I better get going. Very nice. A trainer on site. Okay, Russell. Can we talk to Russell? Have a look. Have a look around. Aha! Here we go. There's a guy sitting in the dark here. Russell Connolly. Huh. So it was you over there. It's always great to see a new face. Name's Russell. Russell Connolly. Russell, huh? Nice to meet you. Not often that we see new folks around the remnants of the New England Community Church. So got any tales to share from the outside world? I'm seeking asylum here. What's up with you? Who cares what's up with me? You're the new one here. Let me put it another way. What have you seen out there? I'm talking about the monsters that lurk deep in the woods. Have you witnessed them with your very own eyes? I've seen too many things out there. Why do you ask? Well, let's just say I'm interested in rare game. I've heard stories, rumors, and some tall tales about otherworldly beings out there in the wasteland. That's where you come in. I want to see the evidence, something physical I can collect as a trophy collection. You seem to have experience. I was hoping you could help me. Huh. So let's talk about getting you those trophies. Tell me about this job. I have the location for an alien crash site. I want you to investigate and bring me anything you'd find interesting. Shit, tell me where that crash site is. You got any advice? Worst case scenario, you'll be covered in slime. There's nothing to fear, I hope. Sounds good, thanks. Let's see if he'll trade. We're all desperately holding onto our stockpiles, but I can find something for you. What do you got? A hunting knife. Interesting. Ooh, tanned hides and pelts. Hunting knife, eh? Cut 12 to hit -1. Nah. I'll pass on that. Thanks, buddy. Oh, what's this? Okay. That's his stock of tradables. Alright then. We met the people upstairs. Oops. Let's keep the window closed. We don't want anybody walking out accidentally. I think this is going to be the last guy right here. Daryl Johnston. Well, I'll be damned, a fellow survivor. I'm Daryl. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Daryl. Nice farm you got here. Took us 3 days and 4 hard-working hands to clear this humble little land. It's a far cry from my old garden, it really is. I heard theories, from Tom of course, that really messed with my head. You can never know what's in one of them toxic clouds, can you? I suspect goo puker blood. That putrid oil is a sure way to make any soil infertile, or so that nitwit says. Here I go again, rambling once more, one of my bad habits. Well, what's your story? Well, I'd rather not get into my life before all this. I have a farm to maintain, after all. Would be nice, sharing our tales while sipping cold brew beer. Not at a time like this. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be back to work. Well, hold on, how are things here? This uncertainty is eating me inside, to be frank with you. I'm a simple man. I tend my farm. I scare off vermin. But even I can see something ain't right here. I've talked to my wife. I had a word with Damien. They told me to have more faith in God. It's the last sliver of hope I have left, and I was told that's enough. You, trade? Huh. Would have never thought that you were interested in the fine art of farming. Sure, I got a few seeds I can say goodbye to. Alright, this is what I've got. I can give cucumber, barley, or blackberry seeds for 1 icon, carrot, buckwheat, or cranberry seeds for 2 icons, oat, sugar beet, or potato seeds for 3. Not right now. Last thing, though. Hey, Daryl, you got a minute? His wife is Gemma. She hasn't been herself lately. I'll check on her. Well, we missed the opportunity to pick a job, evidently. Can I buy anything? Do you have any family? Let's try this. Oh, here we go. Can I help you out? I have a job for you. Now, that's some enthusiasm, pal. Ever since our water supply shut off, we've been using the nearby river for most of our water needs. Who knows how many bloated corpses have decayed in that? I want to construct a well, but I'm missing some building materials. 8 pipes, to be exact. Oh, that's easy. Not a problem, buddy. Sure. You got any advice? Try disassembling some lockers. Yeah, sounds good. Thanks. Okay, I'll leave you to it. Okay, that's an easy mission. Let's pull up our mission menu. So we've got find the inhaler, find a solar panel, find cactus seeds, retrieve fertility supplements, find paper, find 3 mystery novels, find 300 cotton patches. That's easy peasy. Go to this location. Actually, we'll be checking that out in a moment. And the well construction, find 8 pipes. That's so easy. Okay, now, the crashed alien vessel is quite nearby, actually. Here it is. A slime pit. Interesting. Huh. Okay, well, we'll bear that in mind. Alright, I think it's breakfast time. Thought I had some fruit pies left. Yeah. Now, my curiosity is whether or not I can craft anything with the hamburger helper. To component ham. Okay, so the hamburger helper doesn't appear to make into a sandwich. You would think it would, so let's search for a sandwich. Like a boring sandwich. I don't seem to have the ingredients for any kind of sandwich, so I guess we'll just eat them separately when we get hungry later. I think I've got a little water on me, so we can afford to go ahead and go out and do a few things. Yeah, jerry can of water right there. I've also got the canteen of water, so let's just drop the jerry can over here. We'll drink out of the canteen. Yeah. Unable to fit it in the box. Okay. What happened when it was unable to fit? Because it used to just drop it on the ground. Ooh, look at there. It doesn't do that now. Okay, drop the jerry can. Over here. Did it fit? It did. Great. Alright, so here's my idea for the pipes. I think we can just knock down the fence over here next to the refugee center. I want to cruise by the logging place. What is that? Hand pump. Okay. Right. I'm afraid there's going to be another zombie deer or something in the road. Very likely there probably is. Keep an eye on the mini-map or something. I don't know. Otherwise I would just auto-drive, but I'm very tempted to just head-on collide with that thing. I want to clear this route for sure. Okay, we've got a right turn. Yeah, this goes to the logging. Oops. What do we have here? Goodness gracious, a whole bunch of zombie deer too. These dang things, man. There's no humans at the logging camp, allegedly. God, I hate zombie deer. Where can we lead them? Is there a place? They're not going to be hostile to other zombies, so no, not really. You know what? There was like a wasp nest over here somewhere. Maybe I could lead the zombie deer to the wasp nest so I don't have to melee a whole crowd of them. I tell you though, not having a rearview mirror sucks. I really can't tell if they're catching up with me or not. They're fast, I know that. Yeah, I really need to get a mirror installed. I'm gonna head back down this way for a minute. I should have left them behind by now, I'm gonna guess. Let's let go of the controls. Peer out. Okay, I don't see them. I think I've got a hand mirror in my inventory. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get one mirror installed. Like right there would be good. That point, yeah, install. I can't install a mirror there because maybe I should be able to install it here. Must not have it. Let's look. Oh, by the way, I want to show you a funny thing with the cigar butt. Here's a mirror. Let's see if we can install it right there. Wing mirror. That should help somewhat. That didn't help at all, surprisingly. Interesting. So does it really work better in the front? I always thought it never mattered. Yeah, it sure does work better in the front. Okay, that's fine. The funny thing with the cigar is this. If I want to look in my inventory, and if I look at that cigar butt, I have the option to wear it. Oh, no, it doesn't. Wearing a cigar butt would be tricky. When I logged in earlier, I was wearing the cigar butt. I have no idea why. Well, we can go to the refugee center and get another mirror. That would be very helpful. Be able to see the monsters behind the vehicle. Of course, we know it won't last very long, probably. Oops. Is that them? No. Okay, there they are. Try to lead them away from where I'm going. That's the zombie horse that we crashed into, and up here there's probably a corpse of an amoeba or something. Oh, there's another aphid in the road. And the rearview mirror is revealing nothing? Okay. I'm gonna tell you what, don't go out in the woods on foot. Those zombie deer could be very damaging. Alright, so we're not going to the lumber mill, so be it. I'm gonna go up here to the refugee center and get those pipes for this guy. Here we go. Okay, everything looks clear. My baton was doing an okay job of this. I think my pipe mace is in the car. But anyway, how many pipes we have here? Yeah, see, there's 3 pipes already here. So let's just use Advanced Inventory Manager and grab... Huh? 1 pipe? Oh, let's do all surrounding squares. There we go. So that's 1 plus 3. Might as well grab the fittings while we're here. Okay, how many was it he wants? 8 pipes. Alright, there's 8 pipes. Should I grab a few more, though? At some point, we may be able to make the Great Pipe Mace or something. Perfect. That is quest complete. The only question is whether I can get all of those pipes to the refugee center. Can I move everything to the bucket seat? Yeah, it looks like it. Another zombie deer out there. We're just going to be dodging them for a long time, it seems. Now, here's the ones that I put in the highway. Shall we run them over? It's probably going to destroy our precious vehicle. That's the issue. I don't think that's a good idea, probably. Yeah, let's go down here and just go around them if possible. Woo! Yep, that was some pretty good driving there, if I say so myself. Now it was the farmer that wanted the pipes, so we just have to drag them to him real quick. Easy peasy. Destination can only hold 6. Oh. The door? Okay. How do I... Can I drag everything here? Enable auto haul? No. I wonder how you use aim when your vehicle's in this configuration. Never mind. Let's straighten the thing out a little bit. There we go. There we go. I wound up with 16 pipes. That was way too many. That's okay. Alright, farmer, what's your name? See how many icons I get for this. That's weird. Okay, he's over here. Oh, there he is. Afraid he got hit by the zombie deer or something. Let's chat with Daryl. He says, well, do you have them? Yep, here it is. Daryl gives you 3 icons. Great, I can finally start constructing this thing. I could use a hand with something else if you're interested. Yeah, I'm glad to help. So, about that well. I have a job for you. You want to hear about it? Yeah, tell me. It's less like a well, more like a covered pit currently. I need you to find a mechanical pump. One that will make this fucking thing work. I'll do it. You got any advice? Try disassembling another well. Sounds good, thanks. Alright. Can I buy anything? Oh, that's right. No, he just sells the seeds. Mission, well construction, successfully completed. Okay, good. And I've got a few pipes left over. Oh, ooh, can I take... Let me see if they'll let me examine this vehicle. Can I uninstall this mirror? There may be consequences. No. My bad. We'll go, steal parts off of the refugee center, because those people, they're atheists. Pipes? Do I need to carry pipes in my vehicle? No, I don't. Let's leave them here for now. Yeah, we need to get a base going, and I was thinking about using the lumber mill. There was another spot too, though. Where was that? Well, how do I use the New England Church Retreat as my base? That is a question. To which I do not have an answer. There's a field, campsite, steel mill, sewage treatment plant, yes. I don't know about the radio tower. Seems like we saw a horde icon up there at one point. Don't want to go this way, so what I really need to do is figure out how I can camp here. I need to build me something. There's also this sugar house, but it may be roach infested. Yeah, I think the lumber mill is still the best option for me to set up where I'm outside of a faction camp, you know? So let's go check it out. We can get around the deer again. So a mechanical pump is something you can get from disassembling car parts also. Whoa, don't hit the tree. Whoa. Whoa, jeez. Let's get this thing turned around. Oh! Windshield's destroyed. Okay, now let's hope the zombie deer are not coming. I was hoping I was driving fast enough to leave them behind there. Okay, what do we have here? Yeah, place looks empty. There could be enemies here, but... Oh yes, we found food. Buttered popcorn, potato chips, chocolate bars. We don't have to die. Some broken vending machines. Interesting, there's a little logging road going off into the forest from here. Look at this. Yeah. Uh-huh. Little logging roads going out into the clear-cut areas. Easy way to get wood, I guess. Oh, now I think I have a hacksaw. What else do we have here? Soldering iron. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we bought plastic sheets, logs, heavy wooden beams. Okay, you know what I need is a crowbar to open these crates. Yep, large wooden sheets. I'm gonna take the hacksaw just in case. Heavy wooden beams, large plastic sheets. Mm-hmm. Display racks. Oh! Oversized wasp. Damn. Tracking. Huge wasp, the size of a cat. Okay. I think he's gonna leave me alone. He's guarding the pump over here. This diesel? Gasoline. Oh yes. Oh yes. A hard hat with attachable earmuffs. Got some poor fit stuff. Let's take that, and that. Let's take off the cowboy hat. Wear the hard hat. It's got a flashlight attached, apparently. That's pretty nice. Two hard hats. All this stuff is poor fit, unfortunately. Nape protector and a flashlight. The other one does. I don't have a nape protector on this one, do I? Yeah, right here. Take that off and wear the other one. There we go. Cool. Now I got a nape protector. Now, how do I drop 10-gallon hat, hard hat? Do I unload the hard hat to get the flashlight? You put the flashlight in your inventory. Yeah. Sweet. Oh, yes. This is why I wanted to stop here. It's a wood axe. Oh, yes. Love of my life. Also a bow saw, chainsaw, pole saw. Well, we could get some gasoline for that chainsaw. It's a melee weapon. Okay, let's grab the wood axe, or actually have a look at it. We can do the comparison thing. Compare that to the wood axe. Here we go. Wood axe, a large two-handed wood axe. It makes a good melee weapon, but is a bit slow to recover. So base moves per attack is low, but it does 14 bash and 28 cut. But now here's the beautiful part. It gets brutal strike with 2 melee. And also sweep attack on 3 melee and medium blocking ability. It can also chop up trees, chop down trees, and that sort of thing. So I want to wield the wood axe. Nope, wield it. We'll store that baton. Ah, feeling better every day. Now, the chainsaw has gasoline. Here's a mistake I've made. If I look at the chainsaw, it has a negative to hit bonus and 10 bash, and that's it, right? So you say, oh, that's a shitty weapon. It does have a sweep attack, right? Only works on a non-down target, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It says, turning it on. See, turn it on, and it will become a powerful but unwieldy melee weapon. So let's just do that. I want to apply the chainsaw. I want to show you this. Doesn't fit in any pocket. Wield the chainsaw. We'll just look at the... I can store the wood axe in my inventory. Thank God for this blessed backpack. Anyway, we turn on the chainsaw. You yank the cord, but nothing happens. With a roar, the chainsaw screams to life. Now if we examine it, look at the damage on that thing. Holy shit. 4 bash, 70 cut damage. Now that's 200 base moves per attack. But what an attack. Plus it gets sweep, down 2 turns, minimum 3 melee. Only works on an undone. So I'm telling you, now if you could sweep something down with that thing with a 2-hit -2, what kind of a weapon is it? Ammunition, gasoline. Range 4. What does that mean? Average melee damage, you don't know enough about it. It's a cut weapon, I guess. So really the thing to do is train up my cut weapon abilities possibly with the axe and then switch to the chainsaw. Let's turn it off for now. Alright. There's another, and then there's a pole saw, which I don't think that's an actual weapon. The bow saw, if we can fit it, yep, we can fit it in our backpack. Good. It's just a nice little crafting thing. Now, if I examine that, you pop open the crate. Very good. We can pop open crates. I'm not sure which tool I'm using for that. Let's look. Are we using the hammer? Because yeah, I don't think that I've got a crowbar, so. You pry, but you can't pop open the crate. It opens with a crunch. Large plastic sheets, pine boughs, wooden posts. There you go, we could build our own base. And actually, it wouldn't be a bad idea to start working on that, something like that, because it would get our fabrication up, I do believe. Fabrication would increase as we construct it, and a high fabrication is kind of hard to get. Let's check our fab skill. Also, the nice thing about the wood axe, by the way, what's going on here? What has happened? Something awful has happened because of the Steam interface. Back to game, please. Shift tab, that's the deal. What is going on? Hello? Are we good? Okay, we seem to be good. Okay. So our melee is at 2. That needs to go up to 3 before we use the chainsaw. Bashing 2, which we got from one thing, cutting from the other. I've been using 2 different weapon types, right? Whoa, what cut weapon have we been using? Maybe he started with cut weapon skill. That's what it is. We've been using bash weapons. Anyway, cut and bash are the 2 weapon types of the wood axe, so you get to use both skills. It's really nice. And train them both up at once. We haven't been using a spear at all. Okay, but anyway, fabrication is what I wanted to look at. So our survival's at 1. We need to get that up. Fabrication is at 2. That needs to go way up. And why is this a certain color? Learning is disabled, learning is enabled. That's a bright blue. Tailoring is bright blue for some reason. Probably because I've been reading on it. That's what it is. So yeah. I'm gonna consider the possibility of doing some construction in this area. Let's look at the base possibilities. 1, we've got to get rid of the dadgummed bee, probably. Now, all our raw materials are over here. I like that we've got a mechanical winch here and that we could get this stuff out of the way and then pull our car into this room. That would be pretty cool. But the conveyor belt's kind of in the way. Used to transport things. I may have to disassemble the conveyor belt. But as far as using this room for a base, we may just use it for a garage. And then use this room for a base because it's nice and well lit. And I like that. I like to have a nice well lit room. The downside is we're going to have to figure out a sleeping situation. Let's see what it's going to be like to do something with this conveyor belt. Okay. Deconstructing the conveyor belt will yield wires, steel chain, pipes, scrap metal, and extra light frames. Really? Let's see how long that takes. 6:38 a.m. deconstruct. 6:58. So it took 20 minutes. It's too simple to train your fabrication beyond 2. Yes, indeed. What did we get? Pipes, scrap metal, and wire on that attempt. Okay, so I can easily deconstruct the conveyor belts. This is what? A bandsaw. I don't believe that's a usable tool. What else have we got? Planer, miter, table, and router table. Nah, I'm pretty sure you can't use any of these tools. And they can be deconstructed. Let me look at that. Not that way. Okay, what about simple? Yeah, we can deconstruct. Deconstructing the bandsaw will yield a disconnected bandsaw. Okay. And that would now allow us to just sort of haul it out of the way, like so. There we go. Or we can probably deconstruct it. Here we go. You need a tool with drilling to deconstruct that. Okay. Yeah, this room has promise. Let's open this crate. Nope. Can I grab the crate? Strain yourself. Strain yourself. Let's try disassembling the crate. There we go. Alright, that took a little while. Get this stuff out of the way. We will never lack for wood. Large wooden sheets and stuff. We can construct a wooden vehicle. Let's go check the room that I haven't checked yet. Ah. Well, a man who seeks a copper spear would find what he was looking for here. This is always a big boon to me when I'm using pierce weapons, because I can come in here and get all the copper out of these showers. And then use an arc welder to repair my copper spear indefinitely. Always nice. As long as I stay up here, the bee may leave me alone. I like it. This is going to be a basing location, I believe. I need somewhere to unload my junk. Now, the other question is going to be how to rectify these zombie deer. I have one idea, which is going to be... Oh, is there a nearby water source too? Yeah, basically, there's some water right here in the swamp. But once we kind of clear out the area, then I can go up here to get my fresh water supply, which is also nice. But anyway, as far as killing the zombie deer goes... Oh yeah, the Molotov cocktail is the way to go. We've got a gasoline pump here. So yeah, we could pump gasoline into what? Maybe we could start making some clay canisters and stuff. Now, I don't know that we have to find clay on the map. I think I can just walk the river. Not that section of the river. But anyway, we could come up here and walk the river and search for clay. And we get 1 meal a day for free. So that's good. Plus, we can come out here and maybe fish up some cattails. I need to set up a kitchen over here. I've got a lot to do off screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to piddle on the base and try to get the food situation squared away, get a bed in, get a fireplace going, crafting bench, chairs, and so on. We'll see where our skills wind up at that point. So that's what's going to happen in between episodes. Hope you've enjoyed this one. And I will see you in the next one. In the meantime, take care.